Hello, hello, my indie gaming lovers. Welcome back to your weekly... Oh, wow. Okay, we'll try that again. Hello, hello. Welcome back, my indie gaming lovers. And let's hop into this basket full of goodies for this week's indie gaming news, which is filled to the brim with exciting games coming out soon or already out right now. But before all the news, they'll have you emptying your wallet or increasing your ever-growing wish list. Let's talk about our sponsor for this episode, Solomon Snow First Contact. Side note, I know my ears are kind of to the side and that you can see the background's not blurred, but my background blurring effect wanted to blur out my ears, and the ears are supposed to be a little floppy, okay? Solomon Snow First Contact is a single-player isometric shooter where you, a regular office security guard, are now the last line of defense against alien scum. This retro-flavored shooter features puzzle-solving and team-building mechanics, and is inspired by classics like Alien Breed, Half-Life, Duke Nukem, and Doom.
Oh, bummer, bro!
Get ready to rescue the survivors and fight your way to the roof as aliens attempt to annihilate you left and right. Expect to have your shooting and puzzle skills tested as you fight your way through mazes and close encounters with ETs. No, not that one. The alien slot. Oh, wow, did you hear my voice there? Fuck, get it right, get it tight. The alien slaughter begins at the gates of the Future Salt Core building, where you are the unexpected but wholly needed hero. On your way, you'll encounter all sorts of folks, each with unique skills and tools that can help you get through this invasion. Expect a variety of weapons to whack with. Shovels, fire extinguishers, crowbars, assault rifles, and perhaps even an alien blaster. Nothing better than using their own tools against them. Thank you to Future Salt Entertainment. Thank you to Future Salt Entertainment for sponsoring this week's indie gaming news, and best of luck to your title, Solomon Snow First Contact. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. Alright, let's start off with a game I forgot was on my wish list, but I'm glad to be reminded of. Dungeon Drafters. This is a mystery dungeon adventure game that also has some card battle elements. Mixed in are tile-based strategic combat, unique playable characters, and roguelite elements, which are all keywords that make my brain folds tingle. I will shamelessly admit, as I have done in the past, that it was the art style that first drew me in, because this pixel art is beauteous. The bright blue waves cast in magic attacks, the yellow worms, me cago en su madre, warm yellows, how did I turn my own words backwards, coño mierda. The bright blue waves cast in magic attacks, the warm yellows of the desert environments, the rabbit dressed like a train conductor. Maybe I should have dressed as a train conductor. Either way, it's also charming and fantastical, and also kind of reminds me of Stardew Valley, I think, in how detailed this pixel art is. Dungeon Drafters is releasing on PC on April 27th of this year, with console ports planned for later in this 2023. No, fuck me. Dungeon Drafters is releasing on PC on April 27th with console ports planned for later in 2023. So be sure to add this game if it catches your fancy to your wish list. For our second story, this game is already out, and while I should be covering games that are upcoming, preferably far in the future, I'm sorry, Joe. The premise of this game and the lack of any reviews I felt was my sign to give Project Dark a spotlight. Project Dark is a narrative-driven immersive audio game available on Steam and Nintendo Switch now. That's right, an audio narrative game, which is a unique twist I love to see in games, and I always tend to go after games. First of all, they're narrative, but audio narrative? Fuck yeah, that's like listening to an audiobook. Who doesn't love that? And also, more importantly, it gives differently abled players more gaming options, which makes for better options for everyone. Now, what also drew me in was the voice acting, which in the trailer is superb.
A little help?
Hang on, I'll call you right back. No, I'll call you right back. I've got my kids here.
Alina, wake up!
The dramatic inflection of the characters, the clear sound design for things like doors opening, thunder striking, and swords unsheathing. Not those swords. With 6 episodes and a medieval fantasy adventure theme, I've already got it in my shopping cart to try out later, once I get through all my pile of games to review. And if this sounds interesting to you, give it a shot. They've got no reviews, and I think this is why our channel exists. These are the kinds of games that we want to offer a voice, offer a voice to the voiceless. Or I guess in this case, sight to the sightless? Looking towards the future, publisher RedDeerGames is planning a massive event that spotlights Polish indie games. This event will run from May 1st to May 8th on Steam, offering players a look into over 100 Polish-made indie games that range from well-known titles to hidden gems. I personally love to play games from different people and cultures and places in the world because it brings new insights into how art, history, and stories are told around the world. And I'm a teacher, so I am that lame and into that shit, okay? And you should be too. Meh. On top of that, RedDeerGames published To Leave, a surreal adventure platformer that I actually streamed on the channel a while back. In fact, I still remember very vividly this eerie but very interesting game. The backgrounds, the puzzling story, it was so fucking weird, but I loved it. And this has been a great reminder that I need to go back, get the game, and play the whole thing because I love weird. Well, certain kinds of weird, we'll say. Pew pew pew, bitches, classic style. This is Supplice, a retro shooter inspired by Doom and made by Doom modders. Out now for Steam Early Access, I've watched a lot of classic Doom gameplay in my time, but I've never pulled the trigger. But Supplice might be the one that does it. Wally is pulling the trigger on leaving right now, isn't that right, Wally? And yes, I did choose this game because of the title art having a curly queen on the cover. I am superficial, and I own it. Next up, we've got a game that's in a universe where there exists a Mark Goblin Twain. That's Lil Guardsman, a cartoony, silly fun game that I think we all might need. Lil Guardsman is a narrative-driven deduction adventure game that takes inspiration from Papers, Please and Monkey Island. And while I've never played the classic adventure game, and never will because I don't like old games because I'm a trash goblin, okay? But I do adore Papers, Please. Based on the trailer, I can see how the Papers, Please gameplay is integrated, and I am in. Step aside moral quandaries of whether I let Georgie in or not. Now I can deny douchey-looking knights and accept cursing goblin ladies. And then just do a little time travel if I end up not liking my choices. Expect this lil redhead to release sometime this year on PC, Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox Series consoles. Ooh! Now, I almost did Cook Serve Forever with the prior titles in this series, so maybe this one will be the last to take my free will from me. Yes, the long-awaited next installment in the Cook Serve Delicious series is here, and that is Cook Serve Forever, which will be launching May 8th across multiple PC game stores. If you've been living under a rock, this series typically tasks you with cooking up a variety of meals quickly and precisely in order to move your character up in the restaurateur world. And that joke earlier wasn't too far from the truth. I became absolutely addicted to the original Cook Serve Delicious titles, to the point that I had to uninstall and delete them from my list just from visibility to make it hard to access, because I was playing it way too much. and I am very excited to tap my way through these new recipes. However, I will say, I'm not exactly sure how the cooking in this game works based off of this trailer, since prior titles had you in a restaurant with a variety of orders to attend to. I'm also intrigued by the shift in art design and the turn towards more story, or so it appears. I really like how the animation is so fluid in these trailer cutscenes, and I'm open to seeing this part of the series expanded further. Cook, serve forever. The only cooking I'll actually do. For our penultimate piece of news, we're returning to a title that was streamed on the channel some months back. Mr. Sun's Hatbox. Coming from Raw Fury, which we had the pleasure to talk to at PAX East and are absolutely delightful humans, and developed by a single developer, this slapstick roguelite platformer debuts on April 20, 2023, simultaneously for PC and Mac via Steam, as well as, now announced, the Nintendo Switch. The absolute chaos of smacking bitches with baguettes, kidnapping them, and then brainwashing them to be your minions looks like irresistible fun, especially this expanded version from the one I played long ago as a demo. But most importantly, hats! Collect and adorn your little blobby characters with hats. Hats that also come with abilities, bonuses, etc. that affect the gameplay, and then find inner peace within. And now for the bow tie on this bout of news is a sequel to a well-received Lovecraftian horror FPS game of the same name. Forgive Me, Father 2 got me with its title and premise. Come on, Forgive Me, Father, what a fucking title. Whew. And I must say, unfortunately, I do think the trailer leaves a little bit more to be desired in the showing us gameplay footage department. But I'm guessing that maybe they went lighter on this title because you could go back to the first game and see the gameplay there. However, considering the game is still in development for PC, for now we'll just have to chew again on that footage from the first game and dream of what's to come. I do like FPS to an extent, and I love Lovecraftian, so Alright, that's the news, my sweet spring darlings, and thank you as always for watching. Also, I'd love to hear another piece of feedback from y'all, the true indie lovers that stick to the end of the video. I see you, and I love you. So, the question. Do you like getting these weekly news drops? Is the frequency too little, too much, just right? Let me know, because I appreciate and I value your thoughts a lot. And for a more fun question, what's a game sequel that for you surpassed the original? I personally found that The Binding of Isaac Rebirth was just a more and improved version, so that would be my answer. Anyway, have a beautiful rest of your day, night, or in between, and take care.